Beautiful Taurus. Hey you guys, it's really great to see you, and thanks so much for supporting that last video I did for you last week, that reading. You guys seem to really like it, and I appreciate that so much. So I'm gonna look into today, what does Taurus need to know before September comes up? Okay, just asking for some advice from the guides. What do you need to know before September rolls around? Okay, so I'm going to start with this deck of cards, the Enchanted Path cards, and then I'm going to go to the regular tarot and get some more details. So hang in there, because the readings build, you know, as I go along. I get you more and more details as we go along. And I like to pull the cards this way because I get a feeling. This one's tingly. Wow, this is the Moonlight card, because I feel the cards before I pull them to read them. There's a lot of energy here, Taurus. A lot of energy for you guys. My whole body's tingling. This is crazy. Let's talk about this Moonlight card for a second. This is having to do, I hear that song in the light of the silvery moon, and how romantic everything is, and how everything looks so beautiful and magical. And I feel like this is your life coming up before September, okay? This sort of in the light of the silvery moon, just this really, you know, nice feeling energy. And I'm just like one big goosebump. Can you see my arms? I'm like all goosebumped right now talking about this. So that's one of the important things that Taurus needs to know for this month, for going in before we get to September. Okay, some energy there. Whew, a lot of goosebumps here on this one too. Okay, so this is storm fields, but it came up upside down. So it means you may have been through a storm, Taurus. You may have been through a situation where either a real storm, or maybe you've been through an emotional kind of storm, but it came up upside down. So this means this is moving into your past, okay? So before you get to September, if you've had some kind of situation where it's been, you know, it's been rocky, it's been stormy or whatever, I feel like that's dissipating, you know, as time goes on through the next month. So let's see, Taurus, what else we need to know. Okay, this is what they want you to know. So this one had a lot of energy too, protecting your treasure, okay? So Taurus, you may be protecting whatever's of value to you. This may be you protecting children, family, your fortune. This could be, you know, she's on a treasure chest here. So this could be you protecting your treasure, whatever that is, okay? And this is like she's holding an umbrella over this treasure. So really, you know, protecting a large area, you know, around this. So this could be protecting your estate, your property, your house, anybody that's in your house, that sort of thing. So it's saying that this is already happening, and if it's not, you probably need to think about protecting it more. So this could be considered a warning from the guides of what you need to know between now and September, you know, before September, okay? So I'll get some more details. Hang in there. I'm going to expand on this in just a minute. I wanted to just give you the first cards up. Okay, this one too. All right, and they wanted me to put these side by side. Oh, this is fun. Okay, this is really fun. We've got the Wishing Well next to Ghostlands. This is really interesting. Okay, so let me ask them why these came up. They were like, pull the two together. So these go together. For one thing, you're making a wish, Taurus, and you are getting your wish. And I feel like this is having to do with maybe where you live has a portal, because I see a portal in this card. I know it's the Ghostlands card. It's not the portal card specifically, but I definitely see a portal and a wheel and a clock on this card, and it's right next to Wishing Well. So wherever you have been living or going, or where you want to live, it's going to be somewhere that you can really manifest what you want, because there's definitely some sort of energetic portal that's bringing in some sort of a wheel of fortune for you, which is a very, you know, a lot of good luck and things like that. Sometimes portals can be ghosty, and I know this is why it's called the Ghostlands card. So, it could be where you're living is sort of haunted. You could have spirits in your house. You could have spirits on your property. It could be coming from something present in your life or past life, or it could be coming from, the previous owners or ancestors, or, whatever was on that property before. But it's still a good place for you, and that's why they wanted to bring this up. So if you're in this space of this ghost lands where there's a portal, you're also probably having a lot of good luck. It's interesting. I was just thinking about somebody who I know who's a Taurus today, and they were on family property that went back many, 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 many generations, and a lot of success connected. And this would definitely fit a picture like that, that goes back a lot of generations on the same property. And because there's a wishing well there. I mean, this is not always fictitious. I mean, there are actual, portals of energy that are like a wishing well on certain properties. And this is why generation after generation can be very successful and make a lot of money, have a lot of good luck and things like that, or bad luck, depending on the portal, and depending on what they're wishing for, how they use that energy. But for some of you, there's a really powerful energy on your property or coming up in the property you're going to be moving to. So keep that in mind as you look for it. But this is super good. This is like magical. All right, especially if you use it in the right way. This is like really, really a good thing, Taurus. And it's a good thing for your sign. Your sign tends to be attracted to things like that anyway. A lot of you very attracted to that, very financially stable, and it's just part of what comes with being a Taurus, for a lot of you. So that's pretty cool. I like that. So let's see what else you need to know before September. Follow your inner compass. Okay, let me see if there's, this one too. The balancing act. Okay, so some of you may want to follow your inner compass. All right, what your heart and soul is telling you to do, but it's a balancing act. Some of you may be struggling with that because it's hard to always follow your inner compass. Sometimes it's at odds with the real world, So I see that coming up, and we'll get some more advice on that. Let's get this last card and hang in there, because I'm going to pull more and get you really good details. Okay, here's where it gets really good. Some of you are going to be making a choice before September. Okay, so let's ask more about that, because those are the main things you need to know. But now let's get you more details. So don't go away. Some of you may be feeling a little bit discontent and you want to go on a vacation. Some of you may be the recipient of a gift. There's something about receiving receiving a gift of money or some sort of generosity, okay? And for some of you, this is right beside the Four of Wands, which can be kind of like for some of you, it's like your sanctuary. It can be your home, it can be your stability. They're talking a lot about stability here, Taurus. And they're saying that there may be a gift of stability of some sort, or a gift of a marriage or a long-term commitment. And it's going to get rid of this discontent that you've been feeling, okay? For some of you, there is Ace of Wands here, and this is a new beginning. This is super good, Taurus. And again, I think this is coming with this really stable relationship, this sense of a new beginning, this Ace of Wands. And I want to know what else you need to know about protecting your treasure, or the Ghostlands card, the portals, anything else Taurus needs to know. Yes, okay. And also, I forgot to give you this one. This Three of Cups reversed came up upside down. I feel like for some of you, you might have been in some sort of a love triangle. You may have been involved in this, some sort of a relationship that there was a third party that came in, which is often what this Three of Cups means. And I feel like something was taken from you. There's something here about learning something about that, okay? So we've got the Page of Pentacles right next to it, because I feel like some of you are going to learn something more about that. Like, I feel like there's been something there you've been wondering about, or you don't quite know all the details, and you're gonna be learning about that, okay? Now, here's what else is here for you, Taurus. And again, we're looking at, you're going to be making a choice, and you're getting your wish about some sort of property. You're protecting your treasure, anything that's valuable. Your stormy weather's behind you, okay? The storm fields. And there's the light of the silvery moonlight card. So now, to give you more details on that, there was somebody that I feel like, and this one goes to the storm fields, okay? This is the Emperor reversed. I feel like this energy went to those storm fields. This is somebody who was causing a lot of conflict for you, most likely. This can be somebody like a really controlling energy, somebody who just wants it their way, and somebody who starts a lot of arguments, potentially. This can be a father or a grandfather, it's usually a male figure. Take it as it fits your picture. But this is somebody really unpleasant, really unpleasant. Right next to that energy, there's this beautiful King of Pentacles energy. So I feel like you may have been dealing with, this one first, and this one came in because this one's right next to this beautiful Two of Cups energy. So I feel like for some of you, you were dealing with this really argumentative, controlling energy, and then it switched over to this very stable person that you fell in love with, or you're going to, okay? So depends on where you are on the path, Taurus. So some of you have already met this energy and this person, and some of you are yet to meet this person, because this is coming together. This is a really good love relationship coming together. Now, for some of you, this can be business coming together, because King of Pentacles can be a businessman. This can be a business, and it can represent business contracts coming together. So take it as it resonates, but I feel like this kind of abusive energy is going into the past. You're either dealing with it now, or you already did. A lot of you have already done it. It's old news. This is what's coming in new, and you're going to be getting some kind of message of good news about it, because here's the Page of Wands coming in, okay? So really, really happy energy coming in here for you, Taurus. So Taurus, I wanted to ask more about the light of the silvery moon, the first card that came up in your reading. I finished that reading for you, and I was like, what about that light of the silvery moon? I didn't get back to asking them. They didn't bring it up. They brought up the Two of Cups. So I went and listened to the song. I took a little break and I went and listened to the song. It's a beautiful song by Doris Day from, back in the day. And it's all about spooning with your lover in the moonlight. And it was just the sweetest song. And I thought, Taurus needs to know more about that. So I reshuffled and spread the cards, and this is sort of part 2 of your reading. Okay, and we're going to look into that, why they gave us that song for you. First thing, the most significant thing. And again, I'm asking about what do you need to know before September, okay? So let's just see what they'll say about that specifically, because that is definitely a love, love relationship sort of card. What does Taurus need to know? Let me move these for a second. First of all, what they're telling me here, and I'm pulling these, by feel, like I always do, and I've got the goosebumps on this. First, they're saying you may have felt you were in a state of limbo with this Hanged Man. You may have felt like something was stolen from you in a love relationship previously, and that did show up in the Three of Cups. But they're saying, you know, hang in there, persevere, because you are getting your wish, which is 9 of Cups. And I want to see what else is coming up, because I want to know more about the light of the silvery moon for you, okay? So I was like, you know, if I was watching this reading, I would really want her to get back to that. Tell me more about that. Ah, this is so good, Taurus. Okay, wait till I tell you. All right. Oh, look at my arms. I've got so many goosebumps. All right, I've got goosebumps because you are going through metamorphosis, Taurus. You have gone through huge metamorphosis in your life with all this third-party situation for some of you and that kind of thing. There may have been some really bad negative energy for some of you in the picture, this Goblins card, but here we go. This is the Golden Palace, okay? Right next to the Map Shifter card, all right? What this means is you are moving into either a new location on the map. You may be moving into a new home, which is shown by this Golden Palace. And you may be moving someplace that just feels amazing. And I said that earlier about the wishing well, you know, and generations on a certain property and, you know, things like that that are coming up for you, you know, getting your wish and those sort, you know, here we go again, wishing well, getting your wish. And we're back to the spirit of place, which came up earlier in the reading. And it's being, you know, really backed up by this Golden Palace. So this is like super, super good cards. And again, I'm asking about that romantic light of the silvery moon for you. And they're saying you're going to be moving someplace new. Okay, that's one of the things they're saying. And that wish card has a lot to do with marrying or being with the person that you're really in love with. Let's see what else for Taurus. Yeah, so you're leaving something behind for sure. Did I pull another one? No, wait a minute. Okay, so you're leaving a situation behind shown by this 8 of Cups, all right? So you're walking away from that, and you're walking away from this negative energy. You've gone through this metamorphosis. Then you're coming up into these peaks of joy, okay? This would definitely go along with the silvery moon. Peaks of joy, getting your wish, moving into a much happier place. And this Map Shifter card is really interesting because it has to do with looking at the map and deciding where you want to go. And it's not just a map of location, it's the map of your soul path, okay? And this is what's happening with this beautiful metamorphosis you've gone through. It may not have felt so beautiful at the time, but it is a beautiful divine path for you, Taurus, which is where you're coming up on. Here's the Talisman card, and we talked about that, I think, earlier, about wearing some sort of talisman or carrying a stone that's protective. You know, it's about protecting. That's what it was. It was protecting and guarding your valuables and your treasure. And this goes right along with that, you know, protection. Let's see if there's anything else Taurus needs to know. Because I just didn't want to leave you hanging. I was like, no, I need to go in and do part 2. Yeah, you're cutting things out that don't work, Taurus. You're definitely new beginning and a cloud with the silver lining. And here's another relocation card, okay? This is the 6 of Swords. And this is leaving behind a troubled situation. And I know for a lot of you, you are. You're leaving that behind. And you're going into this Golden Palace that they're showing, okay? Really, really super happy card. Did I turn these over? Yeah, Peaks of Joy, the Map Shifter. And here's moving. This is relocation. Sometimes this is energetic relocation as well, okay? That you feel like, okay, now my life is more peaceful. Like where I'm at emotionally now is more peaceful. And for some of you, it's going to be that sort of thing coming up. But I feel like overall, what you're coming into is a time of being where you're happier and being where you're really joyful. You're getting your wish. I feel like some of you have had generations of good luck and good things being passed down to you, which, you know, is definitely going to be coming back around to you. And I think for some of you, my nose is itching. I think that happened last time. It's like that always means somebody's coming. Somebody's coming into your life, Taurus, okay? So for some of you, it's going to be you, the generations behind you have been kind of helping this unfold for you, is what I'm trying to say. And that wishing well that came up earlier, really important for you. Location, location, location. I can't say it enough. This reading is so much about location. And I just feel like so much of your picture, the negativity is moving into the past for you, and so much of this picture is coming into this beautiful light of the silvery moon, you know, where it's just going to be, it's going to feel really magical. It's going to feel very blessed. It's going to feel very much like divine order for a lot of you. And if you're not there yet, that's where you're headed. This is where just the general collective of Taurus is headed according to these cards, okay? So, hope that's helpful. I just had to come in and do part 2, and I hope you found that helpful. It clarified it for me, so hopefully it did for you too. So, thanks a lot, and you all have a great night. Okay, I'll see you again soon. Bye.